Well, would you look at this? George Soros, his group, is buying the second largest chain of radio stations, which happens to be Odyssey, which happens to be the company that I used to work for.
We must reorient our international financial institutions, particularly the World Bank, to...
Yes, this is shocking. George Soros' fund poised to take control of nation's second largest chain of radio stations. This is scary. Just during the election period, now he wants to take over radio stations. According to this article recently published by the New York Post, George Soros is poised to take a massive stake in the nation's second largest radio company, which owns more than 220 stations nationwide, according to court filing and sources close to the situation.
Well, would you look at this? George Soros, his group, is buying the second largest chain of radio stations, which happens to be Odyssey, which happens to be the company that I used to work for. I could tell you a lot about this company. It's almost as if they've had this thing planned out for years. There used to be a company called Entercom. They were a great company to work for. They focused on local business, local situations. They had local talent, unlike other radio stations who just pipe in talent from out of market. Could be somebody in Chicago and they're on the air on, 20 different radio stations all around the country. Then they became Odyssey. So now Odyssey does exactly what I just said. They started pumping in talent from all around the world. Now I was doing great with Odyssey and did great with Entercom and was let go for reasons that I was let go for, which I'll get to here. It's right when they became Odyssey, things started to get a little bit weird for that company. They started to become very DEI based. I have plenty of examples of this. You can go back and listen to past episodes of my podcast or just scroll through these videos here. This company fired all of their talent that was not really in line with where they were going. They weren't blatant about it. They didn't tell you exactly what was going on, but the writing was on the wall. And I had some managers that were like, look, you guys got to adjust. You got to do this or, it's not going to look good. But we never did. And we constantly called the company out on the radio. We constantly called out their DEI bullshit and their very woke amount of bullshit and all the pharmaceutical ads that they used to play. I called them out all the time. And I got in a lot of trouble from my managers and my general managers, and supposedly corporate was listening and watching my social media. And eventually I was let go, probably for those reasons, which is what I was going to get to. But now it all makes sense. Now it's as if they had this planned out from the beginning. They, 5, 6, 7 years ago, whenever they changed names, already were planning on becoming this woke corporation funded by Soros. Now, you might be like, well, it's radio. Who cares about radio? Here's the thing. Odyssey isn't just a radio company. They run podcasts. They are a huge advertising firm. And they put on some of the biggest concerts in the country. So with Soros's money in one of the second largest radio chains in the country, probably even the world, what do you think is going to happen this year? It's going to be interesting to see. Odyssey sucks.
Yes, I'm always impressed when I see videos like this. This is someone that has worked with this company for a very long time. He saw exactly what is going on, like you just saw.
Do you guys remember the woman she was the Hillary Clinton aide who is also the wife of Anthony Weiner? Well, she is in a new relationship apparently with none other than the son of George Soros. People were shocked when Valentine's Day hit and pictures of those two together started surfacing, which is definitely an interesting couple for so many different reasons. Not to mention the age gap. An age gap is not a big deal, but typically you will not see a 47-year-old woman with a 38-year-old man, especially a man who's never been married, and she does have a child. And there she is on the other side with her ex-husband, Anthony Weiner. And speaking of George Soros, the 93-year-old billionaire, he made the news recently as he is set to be the controller of the second biggest U.S. network for radio. He might be controlling 220 radio stations. And apparently he is doing this by offering a $400 million bailout to save them from bankruptcy.
There was one paragraph on this article published by the New York Post, very interesting. One insider close to the situation, noting that he was a Republican, said he believed it was possible Soros was buying the stake to exert influence on public opinion in the months leading up to 2024 presidential elections. That is it. We all know exactly why this is happening. Sources told the Post that Soros' stake is equal to 40% of the company's senior debt, a massive chunk which, although not a majority, could yield effective control of the media giant when it emerges from bankruptcy. That is it. There is another video. I don't know if you have seen this.
Now, he will not be the main owner of the company, but he will have a major influence. Now, this company, you may not have heard of them before, but they own a lot of stations across the country. Here in Michigan, in the Detroit area, they own WWJ Radio. They own lots of stations with dozens and hundreds of news departments in the United States. So what influence may he have on these stations? That's yet to know. But I know you will leave your comment below.
About people. And, we just heard this point about untrustworthy people, and we talked about things in the United States like checks and balances, which aren't written anywhere but are customs. And one man, Donald Trump, literally came in and just took that all away.
Yes, thank you guys, always been there sharing out my videos. God bless you abundantly.
Affable that you would, or anyone would, describe Davos as protecting liberal democracy. And elites tell us that open borders and even illegal immigration are okay.
And divided by class.
My spirit name is Ozawa Makwa. To my work.
And coming as a white man.
Last week or so, right? That old world vision is rearing its head again that says the people cannot be trusted to self-govern. They'll ruin themselves, right?
Oh, you want people to get rid of cows? Are you sure?
I think this is Donald Trump's fault.
Wait. Watch it.
Water there?
I hate my job.
Yeah.